在中国工作到底需不需要说中文? The simple answer is no. And before anyone gets mad at me, I do speak Chinese, and I'd always recommend that you learn it if you want to work or live in China. But the objective truth is that the majority of jobs for foreigners in China don't require you to speak Chinese. Yes, English teaching roles, I'm looking at you. Schools in China want native English teachers, and they want them to speak nothing but English to their students. I've even met teachers in China who do speak Chinese, but are specifically told not to use it in the classroom. English teaching makes up the lion's share of jobs for foreigners in China, and it's easy to see why. Native English teachers can be less educated than their Chinese colleagues and still receive much higher salaries, as long as they're white, of course. In fact, even non-native white foreigners often find it easier to land an English teaching job in China than non-white native English speakers. So I guess the answer to the question is, no, you don't need to speak Chinese, and no, you don't even need to speak native English. You just need to look how the school wants you to look. What can I say? Don't hate the player, hate the game. Any school whose hiring criteria puts more emphasis on the appearance and skin colour of their employees than their actual teaching ability deserves to fail, in my opinion. But hey, not every foreigner in China wants to teach English. Honestly. Some of us go to work in China because, as I say in Chinese, 我们没苦硬吃. So if you want to be foreign livestock like me, no joke, my Chinese nickname, Yang Niuma, literally translates to foreign livestock. It's a long story. Then there's plenty of jobs in China that do require you to speak Chinese. Take China's big tech companies, for example. From my experience, there's two types of foreigners who work in big tech in China. The first type is the isolated expert, who doesn't speak Chinese either. These are generally more senior level talents, who have particular expertise in something these companies cannot find in China. 所以公司一般对他们非常的包容. They get paid lots, and they don't tend to work overtime. Sounds like the dream, right? Think again. Their lack of Chinese means they're often left out of team meetings and discussions, and never given any real responsibility, and you can bet they're never getting a promotion, especially if it would mean managing a team of Chinese speakers. Also, guess who's first on the list when the famous big tech redundancy hammer swings? That's right, it's the foreigner who's paid more than everyone else to sit in the corner and leave on time. So, if you don't want that to be you, then what's left? Well, that's where I come in. I joined Neddy's Games in China in a fairly junior position, in a role that I'd never have got if I wasn't fluent in Chinese. I worked hard to integrate into my team because I didn't want to end up like the first type of foreigner I just mentioned. And guess what? I did integrate. I contributed to team meetings, I wrote and presented design documents in Chinese, and I was slowly given more responsibility. A few months later, I found myself in the office at 10 PM on a Saturday night. I looked around, saw all of my colleagues still hard at work, spotted our 能量饭, of fried chicken, coffee and Red Bull on the table, and smiled, because I realized I did it. I'm Chinese.